Hello, friends. Your boy Jeff here with you in a slightly different position here in my front room. I'm sitting in front of most of my collection here instead of my usual chair over there because this is a contest entry for Mazzy, Norman Maslov, his whack-a-mole contest. Quick explanation for those who don't know what the hell a whack-a-mole is. It's something that Mazzy does because he has a massive wall of records in his record room, and he'll randomly pick 5 out of the collection and talk about them, show them, and talk about them, whatever he knows. So it's a fun way to kind of explore your collection, and I know it's helped him revisit music that he probably hasn't played in years. And while my collection isn't as massive as his, this unit that's behind me here is also a Bondi unit from IKEA. Reason I say that is because I watched the hour-and-a-half video that Mazzy made with the archivist about music archiving and stuff like that, and it was pretty interesting. And I think it was in that video he revealed that his shelving units were Bondi. That's what this is too. This is just a freestanding unit. These shelves here are not connected or didn't come with it, but it does have nice glass doors, as you can see. I actually wish I had another one of these, but I know IKEA doesn't make them anymore, which kind of sucks. Because aside from the backing, the backer boards on these things suck because they're just so flimsy. I ended up having to reinforce them with like 1/4-inch underlayment to make it stiffer and keep the records from falling out the back. So had to do a little surgery on it, but it's been holding up since I bought this probably in the mid-2000s, so it's at least, I'd say, 15 years old. And yeah, I wish I had another one, or maybe even 2 more. That would be nice. All right, so just as let me scoot over, you can see there's like 4 shelving units here. You can see that's a better view. This is like the general population of my collection. This is like the alphabetized portion. So I'll just pick an album out of each of the 4 sections, and then I'll turn the camera here. This is my rolling record crate. This is what houses the incoming albums, stuff I probably haven't played yet, or maybe I have and just had it on a different format. So because it'll keep me from having to get up and go to like all these other little cubes, because in this section you're not going to get like the Beatles, Stones, Neil Young, Floyd. All those albums live in their own separate cubes, so this will be a little more varied and the random factor is a lot higher. So that's what I'm going to do. And just as an added level of security, I'll close my eyes as I pull. I may need to, if I can't one-hand it, I may need to turn around a little bit and grab it, but my eyes will be shut. So here we go. We're going to pick the first album out of this first section. I can grab it. The Clash, Cut the Crap. This was their 1985 album. When I think this is when I think Joe Strummer was the only original member left by this point. I know Mick Jones was fired, and out of all the Clash albums I had to pick, it was this one. Can't really say a lot of good stuff about this album. I have it for completism's sake. I played it once. Kind of sucks. So enough said. We're moving on to the lower section here. I'm just pulling these out randomly. They're kind of packed tight in here, so Huh. This Rory Gallagher Blues. This was, I picked this up last year. I saw it on, it was listed on, I think, Instagram or Facebook. And this was the album that I couldn't put in a sleeve because it was, none of them fit, because this was such a thick album. And Brad sent me a couple of these extra size sleeves. And believe it or not, I really had a hard time getting it into these. It just didn't want to go. I had to like line it up just right and just catch both of the top edges and slide it in. And it's still a very tight fit. But I got it in there, so I'm hoping over time this sleeve will stretch and I'll be able to get it in and out a lot easier. But yeah, this was a 2019 release featuring, let me show you the set list here. It's Rory Gallagher. I mean, you guys know how much I love Rory. What else can I say? So that's album number 2. We're going to slide over here. We're going to do this section. We're just going to, got my eyes closed, going back and forth. And I'm pulling Elton John, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Okay. This is the one that has Crocodile Rock on it. Daniel. Elderberry Wine, I think I remember that track. Among his 70s albums, this it's okay. It's not my favorite. It's not my hatest. It's just okay. You know, it's no good by Yellow Brick Road, but there's some good tunes on here. So that's album number 3. Now we're going to do the bottom section here. I have my eyes closed, going back and forth, and I'm pulling the Pretenders' first album. This is a classic. We love the Pretenders. Just about every track on here is killer. So what can you say? This is arguably their best album too. Their first 3 are really, really classic. Beyond that, I kind of lose the way with the Pretenders, but if you're only going to own one Pretenders album, get their first one here. This is a classic. Self-titled. Excellent. Now, we're going to go to the rolling record crate. My eyes are shut. My hands are going back and forth. And we are pulling this album here. The Silver Jones, One Chance with You. This was part of the winnings that I got from Dead Wax 66. So I honestly have nothing to say about this album because I haven't played it yet. I know these were from, the stuff he sent me were all bands that come out of Michigan. So if anybody knows anything about the Silver Jones, put it in the comments down below. I'll get around to this someday. Like I said, what lives in this crate, you know, there's a high turnover rate, but some things have been in here for a while too. So there's that. There you go. That's my entry into the whack-a-mole contest for Mazzy. Hope you liked it. Hope it's kind of different sitting here on the floor in front of my collection. Maybe I'll have to do this more often. All right, guys. Take care. Just hit over 9 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off here. Peace. And I'll see you all again soon.